Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Outer World Spacer's Choice edition. Um, Back in it, and we get the geothermal passcode. Yeah. So now we're going to talk to Adelaide. So we need to talk to. Although we can go looking around a lot of these buildings. It is stealing, by the way, so we don't want to take anything that they can see us taking. Oh, he just fucking left. Fucking see you later. Alright. Parvati, take as much as we can. We're gonna loot all these houses. That's what we're gonna do. Alright? We're gonna loot these people's homes. The ones we can, anyway. Hi.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Alright, we'll sell some junk. So this guy has, he's got some helmets and stuff. Ooh, he's got the fiver pistol. If I've ever used that, but got some nanners. Some nanners. Why is this one locked? Oh, it's insufficient bits. Yo, fucking in-ray stuff? Give me a break, bro. I'll get an in-ray gun eventually. I don't need your fucking in-ray mod. You big fucking loser. I'm gonna steal whatever you have in here. If I have nothing in here for me to steal, I'll steal it. Nope.
Got it. Inside voices.
Quick, we gotta take all that shit. I think I just picked up a helmet. Yeah, here you go. I can also... I was thinking about something. Where's the, show player helmet? I'm gonna turn the player helmet off. Because I want to see myself. I don't want to be looking at myself with the helmet and shit. I don't care. Helmets are only there for armor protection. Oh. You saw me do nothing. Why are you in everybody's shit? Zoe's journal, page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. I'm gonna call her Zoe. Zoe. Today is the day you make your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills, warming themselves to the light of barrel fires. Probably mounted to the heads of their enemies or spikes as a warning to folks like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, easy of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some Adrenatime, too. Everybody loves Adrenatime, even Marauders, right? I got odds those Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple syringes of Adrenatime before their eyes. This can be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm going to have a whole gang of Marauders at my back and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. This girl, man, I'll tell you what, she's obsessed. Speaking of which, she's already back. She's got another note. Just want to see if there's anything I can steal from her. Can I pickpocket her ass? Bunch of Adrenatime. You know what? If anything, I'm doing her a fucking favor. I'm gonna take her poster as well. I'm doing her a favor by ridding her of Adrenatime. She doesn't need that shit. Zoe's journal, page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back in this journal many years hence and tell myself, Oh wow, I did hate the veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and grabbed a little too much Adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and surviving on one's own bootstraps? Oh, and you misappropriate one box of Adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Well, I've just relieved you of your Adrenatime, so no more crime committing for you, lady. Alright. Bro, you gotta get a life. This like deserter keeps going from house to house. I open up one door, and then that guy's like, I'm gonna go in everywhere. Just stare. Alright, what do we got here? This looks like a... Oh, this is another house. Fucking nobody come in here. Okay, it's just you. I was just about to say, like, what the fuck? But you know, Parvati, you gotta close the doors when you come in, alright? You can't just leave the doors fucking open willy-nilly. Especially if we're gonna steal shit from people.
Great work.
Right? You gotta shut the fuck up. Speaking of which, we're relieving these people of all their goodies. They're not gonna have a single bit of ammo. This is typically what I do in Fallout games too, if you're wondering. I just relieve every one of their hard-earned stuff. Like, thanks. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Oh. Alright, what do we got in here? First of all, lady, gonna be a little bit of sneaking that. Oh, thank you. Weapon parts and the like. Anything else? It seems. Let me look at the map. Alright, so there's these places up here too, but I think we can, yeah. That was my fault. I snapped my fucking leg. That was on me. Hello, anybody home? Parvati, don't just stand in the fucking doorway, okay? What the fuck's that? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Who, that guy? Or that guy? Who? Who the fuck are you talking about? The nanners, but I can't take them. Can't take the space nanners. Did you close this door? People are gonna fucking see us. Taking all their shit. We're just gonna end up selling most of the shit back to them anyway. So, listen, that's the life. Okay, that's what we gotta deal with. Ah, we got a workbench in here. Nice. Oh, that's the power regulator. We're not gonna fuck with that.
Nicely done.
Although we could come in here and just like nab it from them if we really wanted to. Just pull it right out. Oh, the workbench is here. Oh, that's Thomas. Hello, Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you,
Relax there, Thomas.
things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait,
Oh, this guy's such a
they didn't
dweeb.
kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm not. I'm from space. I'm passing through.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see.
One of us.
Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. There you go.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the
I'm
Young
gonna
Spinster's
be
Guide to Mechanical
somebody.
Engineering?
I found 2 of those.
If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the
I have
ins
2
and
of those
outs.
already. I found them.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know I have
I
it.
know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Good, because I got 2. Today's your lucky day, Thomas.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these.
Building a machine out of potatoes.
Going through all that trouble.
Thanks.
In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Nice. Hold on. I got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2, baby.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Thanks. I wanted
What's
to ask
on
you
your
something.
mind?
How long you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that
This
way.
guy's such a dweeb.
I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
You still sound delirious. What were you doing out there?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean,
See that?
I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me.
I
Adelaide
am
took me in,
stupid.
I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just
Yeah, he
worked in
is.
the cannery.
Parvati, you're being too
Like
nice.
here,
He's an idiot.
this place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to.
No.
We could really use.
She's my friend, and she's coming on my ship to do space stuff.
If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you. What's on your mind?
Okay. Well, that's that. There is a third one, I think. Yeah, so... Does this show where this is? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Anyway, here comes the power. All right, no. This is the last building over here. All right, so now we can go and talk to her, talk to Adelaide.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Adelaide?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Well, you obviously are Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who
Granny!
keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Actually, Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asks you consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Actually, you know what? Let's be honest. You're living off the power that belongs to town. Come back to Canary, that's about it.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Well, Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I didn't say that I agreed. Your camp has a power regulator. I need to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against... Well, I don't need to ask that. Hero to you, maybe.
A hero to the people who matter. To us. To the ones who come around. To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Think Reed's just trying to spite you.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Right, Adelaide. Well, I'm gonna fucking look around if you don't mind. Just got this whole little laboratory back here. It's a goddamn door. Body, we're trying to steal shit. Alright, so personal files. May the Eternal bless my first endeavor. It's been 2 days since I walked away from life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly, the soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having the taste of Saltuna lingering on my tongue day in and day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious. Must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. He was all better in a couple of weeks. Physically. Spiritually, he's one of our flock now. Alright. Return the root. Experimental notes. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of a corporate machine. The greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it is cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own two hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I am determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavor. And the last entry. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending to them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhuman power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle, but I can conclude, after months of my own experimentation, that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Got anything else I can steal around here, lady? Because I'm going to pilfer you regardless of whose team I'm on. Okay. These computers are off. That was the gourmet salt tuna. All right, so basically, we have like maybe we should do this. I might want to end up doing this first, just because I don't know if you can do it depending on what the choice that you make. Let me see here. Map. We'll travel to Edgewater. All right, so we can fix out here. We'll just kill the robot. I go the wrong way. I mean, I guess kind of. All right, buddy.
Bet I could fix him up smart.
Oh,
Searching for repair.
you can fix him, Parvati?
Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can
That's
actually do
not
it.
bad work, mister. You done this before?
Navigation systems operational.
Hooray!
Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Oh, hey, don't you owe me something for the repairs?
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
This is ridiculous. I'm done. So now, basically, I think we have to go back and talk to him. Yeah. All right. So we'll fast travel there. Now we can go and talk.
When I was little, we'd get
Bring us honor, soldier.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about that scout.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
All right.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
I think I already have it, but okay. All right, let's see here. 52. Oh, you know what? That actually might be better for her. $42. All right. Let's see. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, that's the Adrena time that I stole. That's right. That poster for the crew that I also stole, of course. Let's see here. Repair. I mean, everything's pretty much good. Tinker. I'm not gonna, well, I think I'll leave that. Alright, we'll just do that for now. Let's see. Modify. So we have, for the magazine, shock damage, magazine size 50 plus, or plasma. I think we might do the electric. Just gonna add. It's just gonna add to what we have already. Magazine size ups by 12. Plasma damage. Yeah, we'll do plasma damage with the assault rifle. Fuck it, why not? I already have the Fun Times barrel on, so yeah, we'll put this on there as well. That's electric for her, so okay, let's see. Go ahead and sell this crap, I guess. I'm fine with all that. So, if you're wondering what I'm going to end up doing, I gotta find this weapon. I'm actually going to be diverting the power to Edgewater, and I'll tell you why. Because doing so allows you to do something unique instead of just diverting the power outside of Edgewater and abandoning their and like, you know, having their colony thrive. It actually allows you to have have this place taken back over by Adelaide. And so we'll actually get another series of quests that we'll be able to have. Oh, there we go. What the hell was it? Oh, return to him. So yeah, it actually allows us to have a number of series of quests that allow us to actually not only have Adelaide come back, but to be rid of certain nasty people. Let's go around here. Go back to this guy again. Then my engineering is up enough that I'm able to do that. Oh.
Bring us honor, soldier.
I found the package.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
So what's next?
Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
I've already got the passcode.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
Okay, how am I supposed to get one?
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're going to have to find an intact model somehow.
Vadi, is a logic module something you can help with?
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of Zero-G to your memory.
Alright. So yeah, of course, this involves us having to get into the geothermal power plant, which we're going to fast travel to now, because that's where we have to go to anyway. Alright, so this whole section here is like locked off. Here's the hole in the fence. Alright. Spacer's Choice Guard. Alright. Disarm security fences. View recent logs. Security logs inaccessible in keeping with Spacer's Choice company policy. All security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency, catastrophic event, or security breach. Scheduled security updates at the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on... If you are a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. Okay. So the security fence is dealt with. I was thinking the whole of the fence was over here, but... Alright, that's the power plant. I want to search kind of around this first. Coolant tank. Anything these scientists have. There's a hole here in the fence as well. We're good on all this crap, right?
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Well, here we are. We're poking around. Alright. Well, in the front door we go. From the planet to your living room.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Okay. Let me see here. That's that door that leads back outside. Alright, let's climb up here. Alright, unlock office door. Messages. from Spacer's Choice. Mr. Braden, this letter serves as an official notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. For reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report, please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right, but a privilege. To the esteemed members of the Emerald Vale Department and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I've identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who are unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and outpost quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing / canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable. The Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden, manager. Miss Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our offices agree with you. Agriculture and fishing/canning have experienced a steady decline. While the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable, our offices are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists has been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. And how's that going for you?
Wow.
All right. Where's this lead off to? Downstairs. Is this staircase leads downstairs? Mind your head. Ah, there we go. Alright. Memory purged. Access file 1. I had to borrow your copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering. I need the reference. I've returned the copy to Repair Bay. Ah, so there's where the third one is. Chaos everywhere. Mechanicals gone haywire. Gunfire. Hearing some screams. Oh, law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct the delinquency fee for my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family. Leaving now. Seems I didn't make it out. Seems they lost their head.
Something you need?
I know you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhumane.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
I have not lately seen a man with a bigger and more obvious crush.
I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vickers says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
You're a mechanic. Wherever you see a machine, it's in need of fixing.
fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I don't make a habit of imbibing.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
Sounds like folks here live hard lives.
Maybe so. But we don't think on it that way.
Let's get back to it. All right. So, see where this goes here. Okay, so this is the power regulation. I do actually want to look downstairs first. Need the security chief's key card. That's what I need. That. Alright, there we are. Some weapon parts. Let's see. Stimulotion. Unlock door. Enter passcode. Alright, personal log. S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins, again, that holehead. Found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading a couple days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He'd always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. Should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm just going to end up chief of security with no staff. Just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed at every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been wrong before, I suppose. Worst has happened. Mechanicals gone crazy. Locked myself down here, just trying to gather my courage. Gotta make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I ever return. Automated message. Security Chief Tanaka, this is an automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle of Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Yep. Okay.
Oh, you got that?
But yeah, I'm already pretty good at lockpicking, so. Alright, Security Chief's Corpse, Logic Module. That door's barred.
Incoming! Don't mess with me.
Bye. This guy in here. This little box over here as well. Service award.
Processing. Security threat eliminated.
So I believe that I have to turn on all of those to be able to adjust the power.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of that junkyard.
All systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
It's odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. There we go. Now we got two motherfuckers. Alright, Paralog 12. Corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of our mechanicals. Every century and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Spacer's Choice mission of being as cheap as possible? Just in case I'm audited, I would like to formally express how grateful I am to be a part of the Spacer's Choice family. Spacer's Choice is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's Choice. Just finished a routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to their logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant not long ago. Guessing this was the work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it. Said the company knew what it was doing. Ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing by my own self. Got my hands on a logic module. Time to do a little experimentation. So if you haven't figured it out by now, brought a copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need to read something to read down the pit. Much obliged, C. Higgins. If you haven't figured it out by now, basically, Spacer's Choice was upset at how the geothermal plant was being managed, and how it wasn't meeting what it needed to meet. So they essentially sent these technicians with a bunch of robots here to kill everybody. And they filled an insurance policy out so that they could get the insurance on the whole place.
Go away, Phantom! Go away, Phantom!
Map. Let's see here. Hanging too low. I need Chester's passcode. Okay, we'll grab that. There's Security Chief's key card. You're just over right there. Alright, so we need Chester's passcode.
Not real. You're not real.
shut.
Great work.
Unisol. Okay, we have a workbench.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Yeah, leads to there.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Investigating.
Investigate away, bitch. There we go. Shut off the steam. Okay. Some bits there. Alright, there's E2.
System. Security patrol initiated.
Alright. I kind of want to go down and talk to Chester.
Not real. You're not
Oh.
real.
Alright, Higgins, I'm coming down.
Suspicious data not found.
You're not real. You're not real.
I'm real and I'm coming down there.
No, no, no. Just leave me. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
I'm not trying to hurt you. You know what? I'll use this. I wasn't trying to startle you. Most people just don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Alright, well, back way slowly. How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh, and exactly what do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon.
I'm sorry,
I've come
what?
a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You've been down here this whole time? How did you not starve?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate sprats.
Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
You said you were an engineer. What did you work on?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Right, so was this before or after you became a Sissy Pig tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sissy Pig tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with the mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw.
What happened to you then? You take an arrow to the knee or some shit?
Hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of the logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Alright. Well, we know where that is. Because we, Oh. It's this side. We know where that is because we grabbed the key card and we already saw the locked door. It's here, right? Alright, there we go. Weapon parts. There's a logic module. Let me see here. Let's do this. Now comes the power. Mechanical control terminal. Bard. Need to find a way up to that. Oh, yeah, it's where the whole Chester password thing is. In here. There we go. Main guard mode. Find intruders. Find intruders in space choice auto mechanicals. There you go.
Unexpected. Beginning signal.
Now they're shooting each other.
Reminder, please pay your gravesite fees.
Make sure you pay your gravesite fees. Alright, so now we're in here. Back where we were.
Processing.
Here they come!
Investigate.
Got blasted there. Okay. We'll grab this. And then up here is the door. Open that. Now we can open this one as well. There we go. There's a third one of those. All right, before before we actually divert the power, well, fuck. I want to exit because I want to fast travel back and get these 2 side quests done, just in case. Because I can't remember whether or not some of these quests become uncompletable if you do certain stuff, so I want to fast travel back and give him this, what do you call it? This mechanical journal.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Did I not get it?
What's on your mind?
I thought I had it. Wait, what? Maybe I did. God damn it. Son of a bitch. It's in here somewhere, right? Well, I can actually fast travel back here. I thought I had grabbed it.
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier.
There you
You're
go.
a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Shock stick. All right. Okay, so then we still gotta find this this thing at the geothermal plant. Because I thought I'd grabbed it at some point. I mean, we've looked really everywhere else. I haven't seen it really anywhere. Maybe, oh, well, maybe Higgins has it down there with him. Because he knows engineering. Oh, didn't he say he took it? Wasn't there that? Hold on, let me look in the journal. Yeah, Higgins has it. So he does have it. Well, where the hell is it? Does he have it down here with him? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, no shit, right? God damn it. And I can't fast travel from here, right? No. Fuck. Oh, this fucking running around. We could have just did it in the first place. Alright. We'll leave. We'll fast travel back there. We'll talk to him again. We'll give him the fucking book.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Yeah.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Volume 3.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Alright, the electrocharged surface. Huzzah! Alright, let's do ranged. Let's do dialogue up a little bit more too. Let's hit the 30. And let's do pain scan, critical damage. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that. I mean, this is just giving me like armor rating when using a melee weapon. Like the dodge stuff, so I'm not really doing a lot of melee. Let's do dialogue. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Is there anything for me? I don't think there is. Alright. It's 63 and I don't know if there's anything. 66. Alright, get rid of all the rest of this. Shock stick, which is a unique. We can also. It's 9. 16. We'll give her that. Okay. Dervish Mist. With all the rest of this crap. For now, let's have the electrocharged surface. Mag Zap. Alright. Let's see. So now we can fast travel back. There we go. So basically, like, without really spoiling it too much, in terms of what I'm like, in terms of the choice of me like redirecting power, the easiest choice is to redirect power to, I've done both. The easiest choice is to just redirect power to the botanical gardens, and then, you know, you piss off Reed and whatever, and that's kind of the end of it. But later in the story, there is some things that will come up in a different place, a different planet, in which you'll be told that if you want to continue working with them, you will need to make a decision that relates to the decision you made in here, and it will not be a very nice outcome. And it just kind of makes you feel like shit in the long run. But redirecting the power to Edgewater and doing the quests that will come afterwards is a lot better of a outcome, at least in my opinion. So that's what we're gonna do.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I'm aware. I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
So yeah, there are other quests that will come after related to Adelaide and everything. You'll see. We're gonna get there. Plant status operating at 22%. Power is currently being distributed to Saltuna and the Botanical Lab. All right, we're going to redirect power. We're going to redirect the power to Edgewater. All right. Permanent power failure detected in Botanical Laboratory. Additional structural damage detected. Blatant disregard for space choice property has been logged. Please report yourself to your designated supervisor for immediate reprimand. Alright, there we go. What? All right, so yeah, now we're gonna head back to Adelaide, and obviously you can tell she's not gonna be too happy with us, but there's more to this. Than you think. At least with the fact that we have enough, we have all of the, I think we should have enough ability to, like, convince.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
I actually have an idea.
What you're doing, cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, Why did you do it?
This isn't personal, Adelaide. I need a power regulator.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't just going to leave his post. I need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Sure. That's, alright. You think that'll convince Reed to step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger has to come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Alright. So you go. I'll be taking that. Alright, well, to convince these two, we will have to completed their quest, which we've done.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You want to be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Stay put. I'm going to try to talk Reed into stepping down.
You know where to find me.
Right. Well, we've convinced him. And then Grace.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
There's nothing left for you here. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Don't do anything hasty. I'm gonna try to talk Reed into stepping down.
Sure. Suit yourself. I'll be here.
Alright, so now that is what's next for us. So there are really kind of two things. We can either convince Reed to step down or we can fucking kill him. Regardless of what happens, Reed's exiting his current position. Reed's current job is about to have a nice void written across the top of it. Ready to do this shit? I'm at the fucking plasma gun.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
Oh, yes.
Just Adelaide's people
Our
have seen
town,
their
not
way.
yours.
So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Town's terrified of, well, not even that. Change of leadership might be what this town needs.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanist couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
I'm not telling you. Look, Reed, all I know is it involves some really complicated math, and it works.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
You don't have to do this, you know. Well, it's gonna be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
Won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
You have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Take care. All right. Now that we've gotten that taken care of, fast travel back to talk to Adelaide. And of course, you've seen what happens when you kill Reed.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Got Adelaide's watch. Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
See you later. All right. Let's see here. Gonna do a little bit more in stealth. I think we'll do that. I think it's a 60 technically. Let's do tech. And we'll do a little in dialogue. Right? Get another perk. Let's see. Base health, I'm not too keen with. That's right, I need to get 5 perks in this. You know what? We'll do, I think maybe we'll do sprint speed. So in tier 2, we have like penalty movement to accuracy goes down. Chance for companion cooldown on each critical hit. Like time dilation restored per kill. Science weapon damage. Companion ability cooldowns for each of your skills. Health restored per kill. Movement speed during time dilation. Consumable weight goes down. That's one of the best ones to get in that. Same thing with carrying capacity bonus from companions. That's also good to get. Interactable highlight range is also really good. Vendor buying prices is good, as well as 10 dialogue skills. It's also great. All skills, like Lone Master, so all of your skills go up by 10 if you have no companion recruited, but up by 5 if you do have companions. And then in tier 3, you have like science weapon damage, damage while under 25% health. Headshots do 25% of their damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. Ranged weapon sway goes down, which is pretty good. Killing an enemy, get a next guaranteed crit hit. Armor rating bonus and skill bonus up. That's a good one. Of course, more carrying capacity, which is always needed. Area effect and plasma dealt to you is reduced. Movement speed during time dilation. Of course, like 20% damage. Whenever affected by harmful combat effect, you deal increased damage. And then like the improvised weapon damage as well. And 75% improvised weapon degradation. So improvised weapons deal vastly more damage and degrade slower than usual. Tossball equipment is not considered improvised. So in terms of our reputation, our deserters are revering, which is 100% positive, 16% negative. Vendor prices are reduced by 25%, and we're friendly with the faction. Spacer's Choice is also 100% positive, no negative. Vendor prices are reduced by 25%. So yeah, we're both revering in the in the secondaries currently. In terms of the primary, the board were positive by 6% and were -2. So the board, this is kind of determinate by like literally everything. So like the board, their status is determined by essentially like if you're getting along with like Spacer's Choice and like even things like Sublight. You know, this, even though this is like these are primary, getting along with like Monarch and Sublight also helps you get along with the board. So the board's kind of like your main in terms of that. So, all right. So now that we've gotten that, I think Reed's gone now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Might still be here. I'm not too sure.
Your rations yet?
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Yeah, he's still here. But he...
Something's not right. What was that?
What are you?
Just leaving.
I don't have time for this. Move along.
Alright. Oh, that's some bullshit. I fucking persuaded him. I don't give a shit. 1% negative. Go fuck yourself. Alright. Alright, so we've gotten that done. We're getting the hell out of here. That's pretty much all she wrote for Emerald Vale. I can't remember if there was anything else that was here. There might be, but I can't really remember if there is or not. Wanted to head over to this. I didn't realize there was a bunch of marauders here. I'm good. Wanted to come over here, this old wreckage. Anybody living here? Dead marauders. Sprat. So there were some marauders over here. Now they're all dead, but... Jeez. I don't remember. I mean, I don't know if this is anything. But I mean, I think we've come across mostly everything at this point. So, alright. Well, we're going to get onto the ship now. And we're finally actually going to be heading out. It's like...
Is this your ship?
Yeah.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh.
I don't know shit.
Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a real engine. Belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but... every time I think of going back, I get this... sinking feeling.
I can understand you not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... can I come with you?
Of
I
course.
can tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Why'd you go to space with a stranger? I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. I got a captain.
Alright. Let's go. Hello, Max.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
I'd like to know about those who I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But you weren't proud when you became a vicar, at least.
They thought I was fighting the plan. Should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige. But that was not me.
What is this plan you keep talking about?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe.
Sure.
Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
It's a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be, if abused. But that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the Board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Alright. We're gonna go talk to
Captain,
Ada.
I detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay. There we are. Tickets anywhere.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Installed it.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
All right, let's get out of here. And here we go.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
All right. Good. We're waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I'm feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Fair enough. Right, the black marketer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Fine, I have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Want to explain what it is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
All right.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
All right. So here we are in space, the navigation terminal. This actually shows us where we can go. So we have Olympus here. We have Tartarus, Monarch, Eridanos, I believe. Scylla, Typhon, Terra 2, where we just were. Phineas's Lab, the Groundbreaker, and Hephaestus. Welcome to the solar map, or system map. Alright, so now we explore the ship a little bit. Here's, of course, our airlock. Baseball card there. We can explore around and basically kind of get to looking at the ship. Talk to Parvati. Our workbench. Toss ball stick. Alright, so we go up here. Of course, we have the engine room. So up here we have.
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself right before he died.
So this allows you to like character respec basically. So you can respec all of your perk points and skills and stuff if you really want to. You have your engine room with the regulator, of course. Then when you get up here, you have the bathroom. You have like the living room. Hang out in. There's weird like Mancala type shit here and some cards. Of course, my ship, I'll be taking everything in here that I see. Then you have rooms here. So we have an empty room. Just sleep in here if we want to. This second room here, second empty room. We have this poster. A horrifying vision for the future. The board has been overthrown by the seditious and slovenly savages of Monarch. Only Halcyon Helen can rescue the colony from indolence and entitlement, approved by the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. I believe this is Parvati's room. And then, of course, we have the OSI banner. A religious symbol of this flag denotes the Order of Scientific Inquiry. We have Max's room here. Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. Been out of print for almost half a century. Index of Banned Literature. The OSI anointment vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg aged whiskey. It's like bookshelf. He's got his bed here. Here he sits. Tossball trading cards in mint condition. The art of science of tossball.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing.
I know what it's like, but I know what it is. Seems quite trusting of you to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Makes sense.
What about you? What's your story?
Oh, I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
Took me out of cryo. He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
My friends were on the Hope. I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Let me ask you about that book. Does that have something to do with your religion?
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Yeah, people don't like thinking. What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where you can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bokonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
How is it that Simple Vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds kind of badass. Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Well, I mean, we're not going right this second, but fucking all right. Start your whatever the hell. Can I not talk to you about anything else? All right. Let's talk about this personal quest. Is this?
Of course.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, well, now that we have that, we have the Empty Man, which is a companion quest. You see, we have these companion quests. So we have his companion quest currently. Oh no, this is Parvati's place. Photo of Parvati's father. Just an older man with wise eyes. She ripped up one of the tiles on the floor here. Take all this. What's hers is mine. What's mine is hers. Banged up toolbox full of modified tools. Her wrench, Abigail, first wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Modern steel wrench and you. Petunia the plant. This is not a petunia. Alright, so there's that. Then we have this robot in here. Ask Ada about the Sam unit. This is Sam. He's also a companion, but can't really deal with him yet. There's the kick me sign. Created a prank. Created for a prank. Sam wore the sign for a week before Ada noticed and pointed it out to the janitorial unit. Who placed it on the unit, however, remains a mystery. No, I placed it on the goddamn unit. And then, of course, we have the Edgewater sign here. So, by the way, when you make these choices, you will actually get things that like show up here in the captain's quarters. And since we saved Edgewater, we get the Edgewater sign. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson: never dream. There's the holographic shroud. Projects a disguise on you and your companions. Gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. So you can pick up more ID cartridges as well when you're in places. There's the chest set here. And then here's my bin that I can transfer stuff into. So that's usually what I would usually transfer over all of these. So usually put all of these in here, as well as like maybe weapons that I want to save, but currently have nothing to save whatsoever. Okay, we'll get rid of all these. Here's my shroud. And here's my bed.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Let's talk to Ada about the
Welcome
SAM
back,
unit.
Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Anything about the auto-mechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
So with this, you can talk about like different things, like in terms of the colony. We'll talk to Ada and we'll talk to Parvati next time. When we come back, we'll talk to the both of them. She's fucked off, it seems. But we'll talk to the both of them, and I think she's in her room. Fucking see her. Parvati, where have you gone? Oh, here she is.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Break time's over. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save the game, and then when we come back next time, we'll talk to Ada, and we'll learn more about Sam. Then, yeah, we'll land. Oh, we can also, before we go, damn, his telescoping staff does a shitload of damage. we gonna give him? Hack. Yeah, we'll give him the hack, of course. All right. So yeah, we'll come back next time and we'll deal with all that stuff. And yeah. So take care, everybody. I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.